Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
the black parent is to tell Joseph Wakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your plate alive.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News Summary of 12. My name is Hansen Der Represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
We are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV and listening to True FM 96.1.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
the black parent is to tell Joseph Wakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your plate alive.
You might say what you want to say.
Governor, National Bank of Liberia, now the Central Bank of Liberia, as well as Managing Director of the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Company, among others. The majority bloc of the House of Representatives has condemned what it called the vandalism of the joint chamber of the Capitol building. On Monday morning, pictures of the joint chambers emerged with chairs uprooted and in total disarrayed. But the majority bloc, in a press statement on Monday, termed the act as a blatant attempt to disrupt the House functionalities. The press release from the majority members, who also described the action as undemocratic and unacceptable, said the behavior is intended to prevent the majority from carrying out the business of the Liberian people. The majority members said they are committed to the rule of law and democratic principles, as they are resolved to continue with legislative proceedings as they are undeterred by any threat. They said in their communication that the unlawful action will only strengthen their commitment to upholding the mandate given to them by the Liberian people. They also called on Liberians to denounce such actions that undermine the country's democracy, adding that the act will not deter them from representing the interests of the people. Following the incident, the Senate's security alleged that the action was carried out on the orders of Representative Jerry Yobor in the name of renovating, a claim the lawmaker has since denied. Meanwhile, Representative Jerry Yobor, the co-chair of Judiciary at the House of Representatives, has clarified information concerning his involvement into the vandalization at the Joint Chamber. The Monserrado County District 12 representative said what was seen from the Joint Chamber was in continuation of ongoing renovation work at the legislature. He, however, denied that he independently ordered any form of vandalism at the Capitol building. According to Representative Yobor, the construction company is carrying out a renovation work at both the Senate and the House of Representatives due to the upcoming State of Nation address in January. He spoke in a press interview on Monday in Monrovia. At least 3 persons are reported dead following a tragic road accident in Neighbor County. The deceased, including 2 ladies and a man, according to RCA Neighbor County correspondent. The accident happened earlier Monday morning along the Ganta-Banga Highway around Town. Our correspondent said the truck was carrying a huge quantity of plantain from Nimba to Monrovia when one of the back tires punctured as the driver lost control of the steering. Others who got injured in the accident are reportedly being treated at the United Methodist Hospital and other healthcare centers in Ganta-Nimba County. An X-ray technician has made a staggering revelation about children swallowing the 10 and 5 Liberian dollars coins. Jackson Commerce said, as an X-ray technician, he alone has attended to 58 cases of children swallowing the coins. He told RCA News recently that 12 of the children went on surgeries to remove the coins from their systems. Commerce described the situation as concerning and called on the government to take the needed action to educate the public. He attributed the situation to the size of the money. In the wake of the crisis that has engulfed the House of Representatives, a 5-member parliamentary mediation mission of the ECOWAS Parliament has arrived in the country. The mission, headed by Haja Ibrahima, a retired Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, is in Liberia on a week-long working visit. According to the release, the visit is to seek parliamentary resolution through dialogue with all stakeholders in the political impasse at the House of Representatives. The mission is in Liberia by the directives of Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, currently chairman of the ECOWAS authorities of heads of states. The release says the mission will seek to gather the root causes of the impasse and its implementation on the stability of the states and engage with key stakeholders to find a peaceful resolution that strengthens the democratic credential of Liberia. The mission will also propose concrete recommendations to the ECOWAS authority, Liberian authority, and stakeholders in maintaining Liberia's impressive benchmark of democratic system with a view to maintaining peace. The mission comprises of other high-level members of ECOWAS parliaments, including the first and fourth deputy speaker. In a related development, a group of former Liberian lawmakers has established a special mediatory committee to address the political standoff within the House of Representatives. It can be recalled on the 17th of October 2024, 47 representatives signed a resolution to remove House Speaker for not to cover a situation that has since sparked serious division among lawmakers. A release issued on Monday in Monrovia indicated that the group aiming to maintain the peace and stability of the nation convened to form this committee. The release noted that primary objective of the Special Mediatory Committee is to intervene in the ongoing constitutional and political crisis at the House of Representatives. The committee has been granted the authority to engage all parties involved in the dispute to seek an amicable solution that align with the interests of the Liberian people. Those appointed as members of the Special Mediatory Committee are Professor Edwin Juan, Honorable Alomazid Ednos, and Anthony Rovers Nevers. The committee is chaired with the that's charged with the responsibility to diligently work with all factors involved in the dialogue to prevent and impeding constitutional crisis and preserve Liberia's democracy. A new administration of the new administration of the John F. Kennedy Medical Hospital has highlighted significant gains made and has assured its commitment to building a strong and vibrant health sector. JFK, in a release on Monday, said the administration headed by Dr. Linda Bunch highlighted infrastructure development, strengthening key partnerships to enhance service delivery, and sanitized a medical environment, among others, as its achievements within 9 months since taking over. On a strengthening partnership, the management disclosed that it is partnering with BK Pharmacy to address the long-standing drug shortages. The release further added that the new administration has reached partnership with the International Bank of Liberia Limited and ECOWAS that are now ensuring the hospital's financial transparency and control. In regards to infrastructure, the Bridge administration noted that it has initiated the completion of the maternity emergency break room, the male doctor's call room, and the external pharmacy at the pediatric wards, which is at 90% completion. The management, through the release, assures its commitment to ensuring patients have reliable access to health service. A former legislative candidate of Montserrat County has called for more support towards empowering the Liberian population through skill training to combat poverty. Bishop Nemnen Doyen believes that to reduce the poverty rate in Liberia, people must take advantage of technical skills training initiatives. The former Montserrat County District 2 representative candidate said acquiring hands-on trade is the first step in working out of poverty through self-empowerment. The head of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia was speaking over the weekend at the official opening of the Bishop Doyen Vocational Training School in Jacobtown, Pennsville. He also used the opportunity to dedicate the mini open-air pavilion he constructed to host the vocational training school that is offering tailoring, pastry, interior decoration, beauty care, among others. For their part, the leaders of the chicken farm community lauded Bishop Doyen for his continuous investment in community initiatives that impact the lives of the ordinary people. One of the elders described Bishop Doyen as a politician who does not wait for election before helping his people. The community leaders urged the beneficiaries to take ownership of the school to encourage the bishop to do more. A visually impaired resident of Dupo Road in Pennsville is calling on well-meaning Liberians, humanitarians, civil society organizations, and national government to help him repair his damaged home. Emmanuel Zimmerman said the house is experiencing serious leakage and the situation has become unbearable for his family. He noted that the condition of the house has worsened due to the recent downpour of rain. Zimmerman explained that he was a carpenter before going blind, but now he no more do his job because people no longer trust him to work for them, even though he still has the ability to work. Noting that life has become very difficult for him and his family, he is at the same time calling on goodwill Liberians to help him with custody and or to venture into stop making to take care of his family, citing that he does not want to become a street beggar. Zinem Porter stated that some of his children are currently out of school because he cannot afford to pay their fees. Liberian businessman Anthony George Calando has described the partnership formed with motorcyclists is intended to curb the unprecedented rates of fatal accidents caused by bike and vehicles collision. Speaking recently during the ceremony marking the partnership, Anthony Calando disclosed that he negotiated with his Chinese friends to get helmets for motorcyclists across the country as a best safety measure that will curb the alarming rate of accidents. He emphasized that the helmets will be sold for reasonable prices by their leadership across the country for each motorcyclist to obtain some for themselves. Meanwhile, the president of the Motorcyclist Union has lauded Anthony Calando for the partnership that he said will reduce the high rates of motor accidents across the country. He added that the price of each of the helmets will cost $3.50 US, in noting that it is affordable for everyone, while he called on them to make use of the safety gear. And away from Liberia, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has made two more key appointments ahead of his return to the White House in January. Tom Hoffman, 62, will serve as Trump border star, having previously served as the returning president's acting director of Immigration and Custom Enforcement. New York Congressman Elise Stefanik Forte has also been made ambassador of the United Nations. The BBC US partners CBS News has confirmed. Meanwhile, Trump's Republican Party are urging closely to full control of the U.S. Congress. They already have a majority in the Senate and need to win just a handful of seats to take the House of Representatives. That's our CN News Bulletin. It's back to you, Marka.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV, into Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep you later.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Well, thanks to Naketa Roberts for bringing us the news bulletin tonight. It is a regular feature here on News Dex. In one of the top stories we are following tonight, in the wake of the crisis in the House of Representatives, a 5-member ECOWAS parliamentary mediation mission arrives in Liberia. To this development, the majority bloc of the House of Representatives have condemned what it calls the vandalism in the joint chambers of the Capitol building. On Monday morning, pictures of the joint chambers emerged, with chairs uprooted and in total disarray. But the majority bloc in the press statement Monday termed the act as a blatant attempt to disrupt the House functionalities. The press release from the majority members, who also described the action as undemocratic and unacceptable, said that the behavior is intended to prevent the majority from carrying out the business of the Liberian people. Meanwhile, Representative Jerry Yogbo, the co-chair on judiciary at the House, has clarified information concerning his involvement in the vandalism at the joint chamber. The Monserrato County District 12 representative said what was seen from the joint chamber was in continuation of ongoing renovation work at the legislature. He, however, denied that he independently ordered any form of vandalism at the Capitol building. Here's Representative Jerry Yogbode providing clarity on the ongoing renovation at the joint chamber that members of the majority bloc have referred to as vandalism of the facility. At least 3 persons are reported dead following a tragic road accident in Nimba County. The deceased include 2 ladies and a man. According to RCR Nimba County correspondent, the accident happened early Monday morning along the Ganta Banga Highway around Pine Town in Nimba County. Nya Flomo has been explaining more about the accident. Yeah, Flomo is RCR Nema County correspondent there with that development. A Liberian X-ray technician has made a staggering revelation about children swallowing the $10 and $5 coins. Jackson Coleman said, as an X-ray technician, he alone has attended to 58 cases of children swallowing the coins. He told RCR News recently that 12 of the children went on a surgeries to remove the coins from their systems. He is an X-ray technician, Jackson Coleman, there making that revelation here on Truth FM recently. A former legislative candidate in Monserrate County has called for more support towards empowering the Liberian population through skills training to combat poverty. Bishop Namely Doyen believes that to reduce the poverty rate in the country, people must take advantage of technical skill training initiatives. The former Monserrate County District 2 representative candidate said acquiring hands-on trade is the first step in working out of poverty through self-empowerment. The head of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia was speaking over the weekend at the official opening of the Bishop Doyen Vocational Training School in Jacobtown, Painesville. He is former Monserrate County District 2 representative candidate Bishop Nimle Doyen there speaking when he officially opened the Bishop Doyen Vocational Training School in Jacobtown, Painesville. He also used the opportunity to dedicate the mini open-air pavilion he constructed to host the vocational training school that is offering tailoring, pastry, interior decoration, beauty care, among others. For their part, the leaders of the chicken farm community in Jacobtown employed Bishop Doyen for his continuous investment in community initiatives that impart the lives of the ordinary people. One of the elders described Bishop Doyen as a politician who does not wait for election before helping his people. The community leaders urged the beneficiaries to take ownership of the school to encourage the clergymen to do more.
And I want to thank you for all his families. Working on a amazing. I think your school. My parents, I think your school. And they say, yeah, sending your school. But if over your money, you parish the bishop of appreciation. Parishing the book.
Bishop Doya, a bishop in deeds and in action. What do I mean? This is the deed before you, and this is the action. An example of Dorcas in the Bible. Dorcas had children. Dorcas was not married, but Dorcas was a mother to all in the community where she lived at the time. Bishop Doya, a politician who does not wait for election, but is always prepared to prepare the future of his people that want to lead. He not waiting for election time. I can remember see Bishop Dorian Torgbean. A Chinese professor once said, don't always give me fish, but what? Teach me how to fish. Bishop Dorian is preparing you how to fish. But Bishop Dorian is preparing you for tomorrow. We said here, Kine would listen to some of the students, and they think they wanted to put it in everything, but they did not have the finances. They didn't have the means. It was their dream. But thank God for Bishop Dorian, why he had started. When you put your hand, let God bless him.
Well, some community leaders in Chicken Farm community, Jacobtown in Massarato County, they're speaking. Earlier on, you listened to the head of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia and former legislative candidate in District 2, Massarato County, Bishop Nimle Doyen. A visually impaired resident of Dupont Road in Pinsville is calling on well-meaning Liberians, humanitarians, civil society organizations, and national government to help him repair his damaged home. Emmanuel Zaham said his house is experiencing serious leakage and the situation has become unbearable for his family. He noted that the condition of the house has worsened due to the recent heavy downpour. Zamin explained that he was a carpenter before going blind, but now no one trusts him with work, even though he still has the ability to work, noting that life has become very difficult for him and his family.
My name is Imers. I live to Batan. I can't do SOS caller. Send the water for my sleeping place. I need help. God, the place is parlor from to be sleeping there. I need help from the face the place to from the sleep with the one. God, the place is bad. No, the thing I want wear home. Somebody from the sleep. God, they will not stay on there. So the roof, nobody can away in the senior spot. Nobody can away. So I need to face it. I need to give me the play free ball and I face it from the sleep front. From the sleep. We be working to the computer shop. Go for my security penny. I was used to come to web for my situation. I stop or stay. I stay to the shop to face something to at least to face only for my chief for get money. But the problem that people can look at me say, oh, okay, sure. I can only go on Spartan Buffy. I'm a piece of player. I face what shoe stain, bare flow, table, cover. I face it, share, I face it. Then people see they buy it. Then I take it home. I put it somewhere for my children. At least for the be happy with I get 7. Or 4 with me. Yeah, I can face soap. I learn about soap. But say I learn very soon, I'll clean the soap or bring my children at school and they make my hand go down. And now one of my sons said that they sleeping with me and keep together the point outside because send school open. I have a story. I talked to the people then going to school from the restaurant, or send that down. The final there. So I forgot the people and so the final there. So now in school. So I asking people anybody that can help me that at least to get my custody with my all from the face so from the from the not go on the street to be begging. Because from the go on the street to be begging. I'm interested. I want me from the do something for myself, at least from the be able to feed my children. That from the people on the street to be begging people, it will not help me. My number, my twister is serious. It is 6046150 0886 046150. My orange 0772 1828 73. 0772 1828 73.
A visually impaired man, Emmanuel Zaming, there from Dupodro Pinsville, they're making an SOS call to help him take care of his family. If you're just joining us, you're listening to News Dex, 45 minutes of news from Liberia and other parts of our one world. The top stories we are following tonight: House's majority bloc condemns what it calls vandalism of the joint chambers of the Capitol building, described the act as a blatant attempt to disrupt the House functionalities. Tragic motor accident leaves at least 3 dead and many others injured in Nemba County. In a wake of the crisis engulfing the House of Representatives, a 5-member ECOWAS Parliamentary Mediation Commission or mission arrives in Liberia. And of the home front, U.S. President Donald Trump makes 2 more key appointments ahead of his return to the White House in January next year, the BBC is reporting. To this development, businessman Anthony George Kailando has disclosed that the partnership formed with the Motorcyclists Union is intended to curb the unprecedented rate of fatal accidents caused by bike and vehicle collision. Speaking recently during the ceremony marking the partnership, Anthony Kailando disclosed that he negotiated with his Chinese friend to get helmets for motorcyclists across the country as the best safety measure that will curb the alarming rate of accidents. He emphasized that the helmets will be sold for reasonable prices by their leadership across the country for each motorcyclist to obtain some for themselves.
So a few weeks ago, a Chinese partner of mine called Mr. George. All of them was an accident. They got a lot of accident. So we got containers of so we negotiated. I want to take this time to thank the broker that released this container for the food. It was so swiftly done, it was done in less than 48 hours. We had anticipated selling this helmet for a very higher price. And John said, no, we have to. This is not a practice about it.
Meanwhile, the president of the Motorcyclists Union has lauded Attorney George Kailando for the partnership that he said will reduce the high rate of motor accidents across the country. Speaking during the partnership ceremony, John Kenya said that the Liberian businessman deemed it necessary to bring these helmets in order to save lives as bike accidents are leading to death across the country.
We are concerned about that team and bringing government to serve when we would be able to help to reduce the cost of death as a result of minor accidents. And so we have to be a leader who believes strongly that the life of one of the example is paramount and it is very important to us. And so we are here in the crowd all the time. And indeed we want to see our examples making use of their safety gears. Instead of sorry, we told him Mr. President, bringing those elements to this capital test. And the first thing I did from me, I said, I don't want you to mention that. But I know you be the material and when you see reason to see how best we can save life. So he said, well, what can we do? Since generally we should play the humanitarian role. So I told him, I said, we have our brothers and sisters who get on the motorcycle.
John Kenya is the president of the Motorcycle Union of Liberia. They're speaking during a partnership signing with businessman Anthony George Calando recently in Monrovia. Well, let's take this short break to be right back here on News Dex tonight.
Ria TV, True FM.
Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV, into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll keep your plate.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are
Here briefly for sports as we come to the end of this presentation of News Dex. Good evening, Naomi.
Good evening, Micah. The 2024 edition of the Federation of International Basketball Association Africa Zone 3 Women's Basketball Africa League climax at the weekend in Africa Coast Friends Basketball Club emerged as champion. They defeated Nigeria's champions Mountain of Fire and Miracle Basketball Club 62 to 57 points in the grand final, while Benin's champions Energy Basketball Club lost the third place final to Custom of Nigeria. At the climax of the tournament, the president of the Nigeria Basketball Association, Ibrahim Samuka, in his joyous mood, showered praises to the government, basketball stakeholders, and executive committee members of the federation for a job well done.
So my thing goes on to there. I'm surprised with the progress made thus far. So we are very in the background, saying one way. So the progress thus far is just
April Sambuka, after the grand final day, speaking at the SKD basketball gym. Also speaking to journalists at the climax of the tournament, Deputy Sports Minister Andy Kwame said the successful hosting of the competition or the tournament indicated that Liberia has won despite its club's poor performance during the competition.
appreciation to the Basketball Federation for different teams. Honestly, we did not know that this international female championship qualifier ended successfully. But now that it ended successfully, even though our Liberian team did not do well, but Liberia won the fact that this tournament was held in Liberia with everybody coming from feedback Africa and Monrovia. The tournament ended successfully. It's a plus. What we can do now in Liberia is everything together, foster peace, and to move the development of basketball.
Foreign news, Ruben Van Nistelrooy has left Manchester United after not being given a role in the new manager Ruben Amorim's backroom staff. The 40-year-old Dutchman took over at Old Trafford on an interim basis after compatriot Erik ten Hag was sacked. Van Nistelrooy, who joined United as an assistant coach in July on a 2-year deal, managed 3 victories and a draw in his 4 games during his time as caretaker boss. However, Amorim has decided against retaining the services of former Netherlands striker Van Nistelrooy, who spent 5 seasons at United as a player. United confirmed that the fellow coaches Rennie Haki, Helton, and Peter Murray have also left the club. That's all from our sports desk.
Well, sports is a regular feature here on Tapia. Well, this is how we love to go home on tonight's presentation of the news program. But before we go, a recap of the headlines. House's majority bloc condemns what it calls vandalism of the joint chambers of the Capitol building, described the act as a blatant attempt to disrupt the House functionalities. Tragic motor accident leaves at least 3 dead and many others injured in Neighbor County. In the wake of the crisis in the House of Representatives, a 5-member ECOWAS parliamentary mediation mission arrives in Liberia. And away from home, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump makes 2 more key appointments ahead of his return to the White House in January, according to the BBC. Many thanks to all of you for your listening. Real thanks to our reporters, correspondents, and all those who helped to make this edition of News Desk a success. Naketa Roberts read for us the news bulletin. Naomi Brothers Post tonight. Cooper Sangas had a control and coordinated the sounds. Thanks to Myean Torgbean, who has been carrying us live on Real TV on Facebook. Our sponsors, Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. My name is Marka Davis. Good night.
Real TV, True FM.
Real TV, True FM.
On Real TV, into True FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in your grateful manner, we'll take your better.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
News summary of 12. My name is Hansen der Represent. Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life that what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life that what I live. You know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
Yeah, we are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Real TV and listening to True FM 96.1.